You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
In Louisiana, an arrest has been made in the deadly fight in Tigerland near the gates of LSU, but the details may surprise you. In Tennessee, Morgan Wallen has been arrested after a chair is tossed from a 6-story building, and an attack on opening day at Hershey Park. These stories and more coming at you today, Wednesday, April 10th, on Real Life, Real Crime Daily, and I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino, guys.
What's up? Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day.
I've got an eclipse over.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't have. You know why? I didn't even go outside.
Well, so for you, the eclipse is over as well.
Right.
It just didn't come with a bunch of alcohol and everything like that,
No,
right?
for once it didn't. I actually recorded a couple episodes ahead on the Real Life, Real Crime original yesterday. So I did go outside to the studio, but I didn't drink anything. But I did drink all weekend.
Anybody go?
That counts.
Yeah.
Anybody go outside in the clouds yesterday during the eclipse? No.
I was by myself.
Anybody enjoy any of the ridiculous media hype pre-eclipse?
I'm tired. I just skimmed right over it when I saw it.
Well, they had who knew that there were these like eclipse chasers that are like the tornado chasers. There were some of these just people who geek out on eclipses in a big way that had their 15 minutes of fame in the 24 hours preceding the eclipse that were on every single network talking about every possible aspect you never wanted to learn about the eclipse. But, you know, if you're feeling a little bit of an eclipse over, if you had, maybe got some moon dust on you or some sunspots or anything like that, great suggestion. Today be a good day to book yourself an appointment with Lanyap Infusions and our friend Tracy Lofton, who will give you one of those Myers cocktails or any of those other concoctions that can sort of clean you out inside and get all that eclipse-related gook out of you.
Definitely, and it's a real deal. I've had those before, and they absolutely work.
They feel good for sure.
He sounds a half a beat slow today. I think Jim needs a jab and a full packet of
God. You don't want too much B12 in me.
Be bouncing off the wall.
Wanted to take it out of there once I got it in there.
All right. Well, y'all, you need to give Tracy a little outreach and get her to help you over that hump from the eclipse. You can get her at TLM Lofton, LOFTON, at yahoo.com, TLM Lofton at yahoo.com, or just go to the Lanyap Infusions Facebook page. But give this terrific nurse a chance to help you out.
Hey, and then share the results with us on social media, because I know it works, and Tracy's awesome. But I want to hear what y'all have to say about it.
Yeah, I need to know if anyone else gets that strange side effect that I got from the so let me know if that happens to any of you.
All right, then with that being said, let's get down to some true crime time for Wednesday.
Well, I brought you a story, I believe it was last week, with the Tigerland fight. Yep. And at that time, as you see a lot with stories that come out, especially breaking news, you don't really have all the details. Right. You only have what you have.
Right.
Well, it is some more details have come out in that Tigerland bar fight, and a man is actually now being accused of manslaughter in that death of 26-year-old Devin Repath, and he has bonded out of jail. He's 21-year-old Matthew Marsiglia. He was booked into the EBR Parish Prison on one count of manslaughter. He bailed out on a $50,000 bond. Now, reports show that the police were dispatched to that fight at Fred's in Tigerland. That was about 1:30 in the morning on Saturday, March 23rd. Surveillance video has now surfaced that shows Repath walking behind a group of friends and punching an unidentified man in the head. That person fell to the ground. Repath and Marsiglia then exchanged a few words, which resulted in Repath actually swinging on Marsiglia. Marsiglia ducked that punch and did not get hit. Marsiglia then takes both of his hands and just pushes Repath back by the shoulders. Right. This causes Repath to fall, and he actually hit his head on the concrete. So it was not from a punch. Repath died at the hospital days later, and the coroner's office said the cause of death was blunt force trauma caused by that hit to the head on the concrete. A couple of questions come to mind on that. The surveillance video really appears to show that the Matthew Marsiglia, was defending himself, which you have a right to do. Right. My first thought was this is kind of like the prime time to get a grand jury before you actually charge someone. Well, didn't happen in this case.
You can't, because that tape would have been found out and reviewed after the initial incident and autopsy. You have to charge them. There would have been a public outcry naturally, even though this is an obvious case of self-defense. But you have to take the witness statements and whatever they may be in the situation into account, and you got an effective arrest. Now, a grand jury can certainly know true billing, which is what's going to happen in this case, and it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
It's just like an accusation of rape. If I could go in tomorrow and say that you punched me in the face today, regardless of whether or not it's true, it has to be adjudicated. You're going to get arrested, right? And then they can prove, or you can prove that, well, there's actually a video where Woody said it was at such time and he didn't hit me, right?
Sure.
But you're still going to have to be arrested. It has to be adjudicated, and that's our justice system. That's the way it works. I read this morning that kid has applied to go out of state.
That's correct. I was actually leading into that because my point to him going through now these charges is LSU has suspended him from school. Right. So he has applied. He apparently has family that has worked for him in Mississippi as a farmhand. And he said, this guy's seeking an engineering degree. He's applied to go to Mississippi and work on this while this case is getting done, work on this farm. If this is a case of self-defense, they sure are causing a lot of issues in this young man's life. All that happened before you have one young man that's dead. It's unfortunate. It is. And it was just like you reported on last week, it appeared to be homicide, so what everyone was saying. And justice shakes out. It is what it is. They're not making it easier. That kid's still dead, and whatever, who's to say if he didn't shove him in? There's that question of self-defense and whatever. It's going to play out. And it's not ever going to bring the dead kid back, and it's not ever going to stop him from having been arrested, LSU suspended him, all that. But it's just unfortunate. Sure. It's a tough situation to be in.
Well, but it is fortunate that there is video, because the public outcry was all in one direction until that video surfaced, and if a video didn't exist, good chance that kid's life is ruined.
That's right, and videos can surface in different ways too, just like Maddie Brooks' case. And Mike, I bet you don't know this, but where we're talking about, that bar is directly across the street from Reggie's. And I used to, when Reggie's was the Tiger, in 88, I lived in the very first apartment behind the Tigers. I just stumbled home drunk. But a lot of times I stumbled into a fist fight on the way out, but there weren't security cameras and stuff like it was back then.
Right.
Or, catching her coming out of the bar and this kid, he better think it's lucky stars.
Oh, I'm sure
they have that camera.
I'm sure he's more than thrilled.
Yeah. He'll take that lick and go back next semester to LSU or whatever.
Yeah. But, well, indeed, if this was just a case where, hey, man, I'm just pushing you to get you away from me.
Yeah, the other guy was
after this guy swinging on him and everything else.
And man, you're out for it's a bachelor party.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It should be a celebration.
If we didn't pick up, if we weren't going home with a female, we were fighting. That's the way it was back in the day.
That's right.
And
really?
I'm sure it's still that way to some extent. 1:30 in the morning, that's when the shit usually kicks out.
Yep.
I guess we were just a little more peaceful up north.
Yeah, maybe so.
The Yankees.
Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey, y'all. Changing my wardrobe from summer to fall, it's never easy. Luckily, Quince offers timeless and high-quality items I adore. Ensure my wardrobe stays fresh and I don't blow my budget. And there's nothing easier than going to Quince and choosing these high-quality items, like cashmere sweaters from $50, pants for every occasion, washable silk tops, and so much more. The best part? All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, and I love that. I got the stainless steel Link Apple Watch band for $59.90. It's heavy duty, it's awesome, and it's like $100 less than I could find anywhere else. And I also got a 100% organic cotton fisherman quarter zip up sweater. The color is alabaster. Man, I can't wait to wear that this fall. And Cindy got the Mongolian cashmere boat neck sweater in heather gray. And I'm telling you, these are classic pieces at a fraction of the price. Make switching seasons a breeze with Quince's high-quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/RLRC for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/RLRC to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/RLRC. You'll thank me later.
Well, let's go to Texas, guys.
All right.
Jim and I both have little dogs. You got the dachshund, right, Jim, the puppy, and we've got 3 little Brussels. But what do you got medium-sized? What's the biggest dog you've got?
Right now, the English Springer Spaniel, about 35, 40 pounds.
Say 30, 40 pounds. Well, the next story, I'm going to tell you about a really big dog and a batshit crazy sick F of a woman. The Great Dane is a German breed of large Mastiff. They descended from hunting dogs of the Middle Ages. They were used to hunt bears, wild boar, and deer. They were used as guardian dogs of German nobility. It's one of the 2 largest dog breeds in the world, along with the Irish Wolfhound. While hunting boar or bears, the Great Dane was a catch dog used after the other hunting dogs to seize the bear or boar and hold it in place until the huntsman was able to kill it. The Great Dane is an extremely large domestic dog. The Great Dane combines its regal appearance, strength, and elegance with great size and a powerful, well-formed, smoothly muscled body. Great Dane males average about 150 pounds. Why the Great Dane history lesson? Well, because a nurse and her husband are facing sex crime charges after child porn and a video of the nurse having sex with the family dog were allegedly found. Jolie, 53, and William Keene, age 52, were arrested on March 27th after dozens of disturbing photos and videos were allegedly discovered on William's phone. This included at least one video of Jolie engaging in multiple sex acts with the couple's Great Dane. Police uncovered the video after confiscating her husband's phone after he was charged with indecent exposure back on March 17th. So he first gets arrested in this indecent exposure thing, and then they find this video on the phone. The father of 2, who goes by Mitchell, was caught masturbating while following children around an H-E-B supermarket in Spring, Texas. Further investigation led to him also being charged with indecency with a child by exposure and the discovery of the videos. The couple's home was raided by heavily armed police, and they were taken away in handcuffs while their 2 children, aged 18 and 10, and their 3 dogs were rescued. We don't know what kind of environment they were exposed to on a regular basis. Maybe they weren't exposed to anything. Maybe they were exposed to a lot, Montgomery County Constable's Lieutenant Ken Washington said. Mitchell is a former U.S. Navy sailor and Jolie a former nurse at a nearby men's primary care. That's until she was fired last Monday. Jolie was charged with bestiality and Mitchell with possessing images of child pornography, which is a 3rd-degree felony. Both were released on bail, Jolie on $5,000 and Mitchell on $50,000, so 1/10 of the bail associated with the Great Dane sex. Neighbors told local news that the couple were known for their affinity with animals, and one joked that he used to call Mitchell a pet detective. Their 2 children were sent to live with relatives. It's not normal. In the 20-plus years I've been doing this job, it doesn't cease to amaze me, Washington said. Something comes up every now and again when you're investigating a crime. So when these detectives were going through the investigation and they find the images and the videos and the sexual acts, that's extremely concerning. But then you see an animal involved, which makes this beyond the pale. So, I don't know.
That's disgusting.
You absolutely just remind me, I need to make a note to myself. I've worked these cases before, and I'm going to do an episode on Real Life, Real Crime Original. You wouldn't believe how common it is that it happens. Back in my day, we were confiscating VHS tapes. Homemade VHS tapes, and some sick shit.
It's disgusting.
Sick shit.
You're a nurse. You look fairly normal as a couple. They look fairly normal.
Once I had a VHS tape, that lady could have been a model.
Yeah,
she was doing nasty things
with her Great Dane.
There you go.
Crazy.
What do you like, Morgan Wallen?
Yeah, I think I've heard some of his stuff when other people come over to headquarters and put stuff on the big screen. There's some younger crowd. Yeah. And so I know I've heard some of his music, but I heard he might not like chairs.
He don't like chairs. And he's known as a little bit of a quote unquote bad boy of country music.
The kids love him.
Very successful.
The young guys really love him.
Yeah. He's I like his music. I think he's got a great voice and good songs, but he has been arrested on 3 felony charges for allegedly throwing a chair off the roof of a bar in Nashville late Sunday. The 30-year-old was taken into custody after 2 officers standing in the street right in front of Chief's Bar saw the chair smash to the ground around 3 feet from them. Mm-hmm. Almost seems like he was trying to throw it on the cops. I'm not saying he was, but
lucky he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, that's right. Staff members at the bar told officers Wallen had tossed the furniture off the 6th story of a building. Video footage was reviewed by law enforcement. What I tell y'all all the time, always on video. And it showed Wallen lunging and throwing an object over the roof. Witnesses told police they were standing next to Wallen when they saw him pick up the chair, throw it over, and then start laughing afterward. Wallen was arrested on 3 counts of reckless endangerment for the 2 cops that were in the area and for danger posed to the public. He was seen fist bumping podcaster Woody Overton after. No, I'm kidding. I made that part up.
Yes, indeed.
Wallen was
on Broadway.
Wallen was booked at 12:36 a.m. on Monday before being released around 2 hours later. His arrest comes just days after the start of his 2024 leg of his tour. The second year of shows features songs from his wildly successful One Thing at a Time album. Last month, the record hit #1 for the 19th time, meaning it spent more weeks at the top of the chart than any other country album in history.
What?
In history.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, definitely a star. Yeah. And
I heard he mugged it up for the
why? That's my question.
He didn't throw it out onto Broadway, evidently. Maybe they were standing on the side of the building.
I don't think he was trying to throw it on the police, but
just drunk and stupid and young.
Yeah.
And but I heard he mugged it up for the mugshot. That he was smiling.
Yeah.
In the mugshot.
Well, people are going to see it.
His
right?
people be writing some checks right now to the police foundation and everything else, and he's going to have to do some community service, and hopefully he won't do it again.
Yeah, well, anything that goes down at that time in the morning, you at a bar, you're probably a little inebriated.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know how much legal trouble he'll actually get in. He may get in some, but will it impact his image? Will it impact his?
I think it'll make it more better for.
We're making him more famous right now, talking about him on Real Life Real Crime Daily.
Oh yeah. Well, in country music. Lovers like we are, they kind of like that bag.
I like that one.
They don't want you. They want you to walk that gray line. Right. Throw a chair every now and then. That's okay.
Well, throwing a chair every now and then, as long as it's not landing 3 feet from people it could have killed.
There's no doubt about that.
I'm sure if he had to do ever again, he would have just.
I wonder how hammered the guy was when he did it. But
I'm sure he was pretty hammered.
I think he'll take some dings. I think his image will take some dings from that. That's not a little thing you just brush off. And maybe we're going to find out that he's, that he's been throwing a lot of them back and was pretty hammered at that point or whatever. So we'll see. But that's not something that grows, a bad boy country. It crosses the line.
Yeah.
Where I think a lot of people are going to say, "What the F?"
He'll be sober and he'll come out and make an apology and do some good community service and whatever.
Yeah, it kind of goes with the territory with a lot. Remember Guns N' Roses? Axl Rose would tear up every hotel room. He'd stay in for years.
Back in the Eagles on the live version, he said, "I have hotels rip out the walls. I have accountants that pay for it all."
Yeah, that's right.
Live version.
Yeah.
You see me after the crew bash.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Okay, let's go across the pond. After denying that he killed his wife for almost a year, a man from Lincoln, England, has now pleaded guilty to her murder. The man, 28-year-old Nicholas Metzen, originally denied murdering his wife, Holly Metzen, when her body was found in the village of Bassingham last year. But Bromley's body was discovered in the River Witham in March of 2023 when someone walking by the scene noticed plastic bags floating in the water, including one containing a human hand. Officials later recovered, listen to this number, 224 separate pieces of her original body.
We covered up good, right?
Some pieces were never recovered. So did he put her in a human-sized Cuisinart? 224 pieces, and
he took his time on that many pieces. But if I was going to do it, it'd be 1,000 pieces.
Well, prior to the discovery, authorities had been called to the couple's flat out of concern for Bramley's welfare. Upon arrival, officers noticed the scent of ammonia and bleach, as well as blood stains in the kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. The stains were later revealed to be Bramley's blood. When officers arrived at the flat, Metzen told them that Bramley had left home with a mental health support group.
Nice.
Left home with a mental health support group. She was last seen on CCTV footage back on March 17th of last year. At a hearing this February, Metzen finally admitted what he'd done and pleaded guilty to the charge. At the same hearing, a second man, an accomplice, 28-year-old Joshua Hancock, pleaded guilty to disposal of a corpse with intent to obstruct or prevent a coroner's inquest. So Joshua might have had a hand in the chop operation as well. During the hearing, Metzen said after killing Bramley, he kept her remains, which had been cut into over 200 pieces, in the couple's flat for about a week before paying Hancock to dispose of everything. Following Bramley's murder, records show that Metzen took money out of the bank, out of her bank account, and conducted online searches including, quote, "What benefits do I get if my wife has died?"
Nice.
Always a popular one. And second one, "Can someone haunt me after they die?" I don't know that Google's got the answer to that one. Yeah, that's a little worried about being haunted by her. So
search history gets you.
Metzen, who has convictions for previous offenses against partners in 2013, 2016, and 2017, told police last year that Bramley had abused him, showing officers a bite mark on his arm. According to prosecutors, Metzen likely stabbed his wife multiple times in the bedroom, dismembered her in the bathroom, and stored her body in a freezer. At the hearing, Bramley's mother told Metzen he had condemned the family to a life sentence of grief. The heinous way in which she was murdered and dismembered has left us in such unimaginable pain, she said. So this guy will be sentenced on April 8th, chopping his wife into probably like 250 or more.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to clear my search history, but I looked it up. Can someone haunt me after they die? And it says, Google says, after someone dies, it's normal to see or hear them. Some people also report sensing the smell or warmth of someone close to them, or just the feel of a very strong sense of their presence. Sometimes these feelings can be powerful. They may be comforting, but also feel disturbing. Now, I didn't Google, can someone haunt me after I murder it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, someone sits on my bed every night.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, dude. I feel it every night.
Well, I know.
They just sit there.
That's a dog, isn't it?
No. This is someone's literally sits. The whole bed sinks as if someone's
sitting. Are they friendly? Are they there to help?
I mean, I just tell them I ain't gonna bother you if you don't bother me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a total huge believer.
You want to sit on the bed? That's cool. Just don't mess with me.
Totally huge believer in all that. So on Quora, they have, does spirit know who killed them, and can they choose to haunt that person? Yes, the minute they die and get out the body, they would know, even if they did know at that moment of death. Typical for poisons or being shot from behind or killed while sleeping. But when the soul leaves the body, it gets bigger picture. Sometimes the killing is by whatever the fuck. This is the.
You ever see that? You ever see that movie? It's one of the rare movies where Harrison Ford is a bad guy, called What Lies Beneath.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen every Harrison. That's Sigma New.
Pretty creepy.
And Bob Barker and James Dean.
Bob Barker is?
Yeah. Was.
That's all you had to say. It's pretty much just throw Barker's name out and it's done.
And James Dean.
Anyone who punches out Happy Gilmore on the golf course is
that was fucking great.
That wins. That's what
Natalie Wood gave her heart to James Dean.
Yeah. Made a stone.
High school lover and a teenage
kind of wood don't float.
Robert Wagner.
No. Sorry, Natalie.
Okay.
I think we just went way off the rails with the subject.
Well, I think it's an interesting topic, though, actually. I mean, we've never had something like that come up in somebody's search results, but
that's true.
I would imagine somebody who commits an act like that could drive themselves effing crazy with the guilt associated with it.
You kill me, I'm gonna do everything I can to come back and haunt you.
I'll be rattling chains and everything, drinking your beer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll open all your beer.
Well, let's hope that really
I
happens.
know it was you right then.
The torture is more than your liquor cabinet being drained.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty bad if you go get that last beer and it's not there.
That's right.
Or it's a cigarette.
All right, let's talk about butt injections.
Butt injections.
Kind of going a little bit wild here in the last couple of years since Kim Kardashian made it a thing, I guess.
I should get butt implants according to everyone because I have no ass. And
no ass at all.
No ass at all. I don't understand the whole butt injection thing.
Well,
they'd be killing them, though, don't they?
Yeah. Let me tell you about this. A mother and her 18-year-old daughter from Houston, Texas, are accused of traveling the country to give illegal butt injections for $6,000.
Yes, indeed.
$6,000.
What a bargain for cheap.
Police said 56-year-old Consuela Maria Dalbo and her 18-year-old daughter Isabella Dalbo were planning on injecting an unlabeled brown liquid into the butt of a customer. However, what they didn't know was that the customer was an undercover officer. Consuela then gave a Xanax to the officer to relax before the injection. That's right. That's right. She paid $6,000 in cash to do the procedure. The mother and daughter duo was arrested during a sting operation conducted by the FDA and the Houston PD. Officers seized bag of illegal injectables and medical supplies, and both have been charged with unlawfully practicing medicine without a license. Consuela was also charged with delivering a controlled substance called
Alprazolam.
Thank you.
It's generic for Xanax.
There you go. While out on bond, Consuelo said that while she isn't a licensed doctor in the U.S., she did attend medical school in Mexico for 3 years.
There you go.
So she almost got there.
I attended medical school online.
Yeah.
Same place I got my clergy degree.
She was quoted as saying, "Believe me, everything I do it with my heart, and everybody who knows me, they know me," Consuela Maria said. "I do it because they really need it and not just because they pay me." Although they do give me $6,000.
That's a powerful defense. I wish her a lot of luck with that defense.
Consuela's charges can be upgraded depending on the outcome of the investigation, and the FDA is now in the process of testing the substances.
Yeah, we've had several stories where people died from this.
At least they didn't kill anyone. At least part of that story.
Well, and if it's $6,000 to get a legal butt injection, how much is a regular butt injection?
It's like 15 to 20.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Get that booty.
I was riding my bike in Audubon Park the other day, and there was a woman who, I swear, the size of volleyballs would probably be the right in a volleyball in each cheek, and she was running in like spandex. I couldn't believe she could even move with those things in her. I don't know if there have been any studies about what the impact of these things 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line on people. I guess they just get them taken out maybe that far down the line. But
they probably said the same thing about breast implants when they first came
I know they did on breast implants. They've definitely evolved. But if you're injecting a brown liquid, you can't just take that out.
Right.
It's not like a plastic bag for breast implants.
Well, that's injection. I don't know what the difference in the kinds of treatments you can get, but these were clearly implants.
Yeah.
In this woman in the park, but
somebody paid for them.
Yeah, they did. And with the breast implants, you generally they don't last a lifetime. You have to either remove them, period, or get new ones after a certain period of time. You don't leave them in your body for 60 years. So I don't know. I haven't heard any stories about 10 years later on those things, because I guess that's really something that just became a thing less than 10 years ago.
Fairly new, I guess.
Yeah.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Veterans Day sale, save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition smart bed, plus free home delivery with any base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Okay. You know, it's springtime up north, and parks are opening and people are outside and all kinds of stuff like that.
True that. I'm going back to Wisconsin ASAP.
The Lawman family of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania have a long-held family tradition. They always attend opening day at Hershey Park.
There you go.
And for those of you who may not be aware, Hershey Park is sort of like Six Flags Light meets Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory, right? So lots of rides, lots of games, lots of fun.
So it's not a baseball park?
Lots of chocolate. They have a minor league team that plays over there, too.
It was a major league team or something.
There have been some action-packed opening days over the years, and the Lawmans hoped opening day 2024 would live up to the hype. Little did they or any of the opening day's visitors know what lurked in the shadows, a horror so chilling and an attack so brutal that Real Life, Real Crime Daily decorum prohibits us posting the footage. A beast had been living in the dormant park since its closure in the fall. Hershey Park was its home, and it would attack anyone or anything that entered its lair. That's right. When the Lawmans and their family invaded its turf, the beast attacked. The Super Duper Looper Coaster is one of the premier rides at Hershey Park, and a line of hundreds had formed to travel at speeds of over 60 miles per hour and complete 3 separate full loops on the coaster. Then suddenly a scream, not from the ride, but from a young lady waiting in line. Suddenly, parkgoers were face to face with the beast of Hershey Park. The feisty raccoon had likely been there alone for months, and when the park was invaded by hordes of strangers, opening day, he struck to defend his home. The beast terrorized the large group of riders waiting in line for the Super Duper Looper coaster. After striking the first young girl, the beast ran off with her shoe. Bit her in the leg, a couple spots in the leg. Panic screams are heard amid the frenzy, and terrified onlookers scramble to get the hell away from the carnage. The park has yet to provide the full accounting of how many suffered injuries from the furry pest. After he ran off with the girl's shoe and left her with her bloody leg crying on the ground, the raccoon circled back for seconds. After doing a couple of laps, the raccoon eventually scurried off without any further issue. However, they didn't catch him. Raccoon run-ins are no joke, as their primary carriers are rabies, which can obviously spread to humans. So far, there's no indication this particular raccoon was rabid, but like I said, they have not caught the pest. Hershey Park says this is the first time dealing with anything in this nature in the park's 100 years of operation, noting the park is surrounded by nature. With that said, Hershey Park says public safety and health officials on the property responded quickly to render necessary care to the injured people. They were transported to the hospital out of precaution. The park added that the hungry beast has yet to be caught. Rangers have put a reward of $5,000 out for his recovery, dead or alive. If they don't catch him soon, he could ruin their summer, just like a shark once did at Amity Island.
Okay, raccoons don't attack people unless they're rabid, and the real sorry part of the story is that little girls got to go have those shots and give
a couple people, not just
I don't know what it is now, but they're
nasty shots.
They do them in your stomach.
Yep,
it's like 8 of them. You got to get in your stomach. Fuck that. Woody Overton.
Well, on the flip side,
you're just going to be rabid.
On the flip side,
foaming into mouth.
She and her family are going to get a nice check from the Hershey Corporation after she gets those. I
don't understand that one. The
rabid raccoon.
Opening day at a park, you got to make sure that you had no critters in there.
You would think, but that critter is not a visible.
I wonder why they have. So I guess they close for winter.
Yeah, because it's cold.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I go to Wisconsin and they got all these water parks, right? And they're only open like 5 months a year.
Yeah,
kind of like Blue Bayou here.
But is that place any good? It's hard to
Blue
tell.
Bayou?
Yeah.
I've been a couple times, and
if you've never been, it's
it'd be all right if you don't mind waiting in line and shit. It reminds me of being in the military. Yeah. Hurry up and wait. Yeah.
Well, there is. I don't think there's anything like that down by New Orleans.
Oh, there used to be.
Used to be Jazzland.
Well, there's that Six Flags that is a ghost town.
Yeah, and that's where all the big snakes are, the big pythons. They were overrun with them. Somebody released one, and they evidently bred, and they're all out there now.
I saw a documentary on that place a couple of years ago. I mean, they've tried like crazy to sell that land. And
nobody wants a piece of it.
It's crazy.
That's another victim of Katrina.
Yeah, major.
Because it kicked ass before that.
It sure did. All right. Well, maybe we ought to go hunt that raccoon for 5 G's.
Yeah,
Woody.
5 G's. Put me with some IR. I'll get him. I can't. I'm not eating him though. He's rabid.
He's rabid. No shots for you. Oh. All right. It's a mile high crime, and we're going to tell you about a Brazilian man who had something hidden in his luggage that I know you're not going to like.
Did you see that Brazilian girl play for South Carolina? Paula or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I said she got to the country, couldn't even speak any English. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure her arms are bigger than both my legs put together.
Yeah.
Cardoza.
Paula.
I think he's
talking
that's
the other one. That's a little
the one
guard.
that had the pink hair.
Yeah, that's Cardoza or...
I don't know.
Well, the 6'7" one is Cardoza, but Pow is
Pow's a little one.
I don't know.
She's
the big one is from Brazil.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Speaking of which, that game had 18.7 million people.
I got smoked on Iowa in the spread.
Did you?
But I won last night.
Yeah, I wanted to see Iowa win.
I lost a bunch of money this weekend, but I'd won a ton before it on the tournament. But guaranteed that game outdrew the men's final.
It did. Men got 14.7.
I didn't see it's out already. Okay.
I thought I saw something on Twitter this morning or X.
Tell us about the Mile High in Brazil or from Brazil or whatever.
Well, if you like snakes, you'll like it. But I bet you don't.
Snakes and needles.
A Brazilian man was traveling home after attending an exotic reptile convention in Florida. And he was arrested by federal agents yesterday for trying to sneak 27 snakes onto a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane. X-rays of Matus Del Maso's 2 check bags at the Orlando airport produced images consistent in appearance with packaged reptiles. When agents opened the bags, they found 27 snakes individually wrapped in women's nylon stockings stashed inside 2 stereo speakers.
Individually wrapped in
stereo speakers on the carry-on bags.
This dude did, or he tried to. Right. United States Fish and Wildlife Service and Customs Protection agents stopped Del Maso, 27, from boarding his flight to Sao Paulo and questioned him about the contents of his luggage. He told them he was not sure how many snakes he had, but estimated their value at about $10,000 and admitted to not knowing it was legal to take the serpents back to South America where he was headed. Illegal for him not to take those back. He was quickly arrested. 27 snakes. What if those would have got loose on the plane?
Don't they? Yeah, no shit. Don't they have jungles and shit in Brazil? He can go find his own snakes.
That's what I was thinking.
He's lazy.
I don't know. Maybe these were.
He's lazy.
He's lazy. He must have been North American water moccasins.
They didn't check his shit coming up. Yeah.
I'd like to be. Maybe he did it himself, but the poor person assigned to wrap each of these snakes individually up in.
He probably did it. He probably did it, I would guess.
I don't know, but it takes all.
He thought he had a foolproof plan, sticking them in speakers.
Snake.
X-ray gets you every time.
I'll be killing them snakes as quick as I see them.
That's right. You do.
I've eaten rattlesnake before.
Have you?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How was that?
It's mixed with rabbit.
Tastes like chicken.
Basically.
Doesn't really. Interesting.
It's time for Kinky Crimes on Wednesday. And y'all, we keep coming back around to these elderly people.
Elderly people getting freaky after
I'm less than
certain
20
age.
years away from this age. This lady was, there's 2 of them. A 77-year-old Florida man doused his 72-year-old girlfriend.
In gasoline?
Nope.
No?
Sex lube.
Whoa.
After his request to get intimate was rejected by the victim. Now, Roger Archambault squirted the lubricant all over the victim's shoulder and neck around 11 p.m. on Friday. Archambault, cops said, wanted to have sex with the victim and reacted like this way when she denied him. Police responded to the couple's Clearwater apartment, noted that the lubricant the lubricant was visible on the woman with the empty bottle next to the nightstand. The lube, which heated up. It's fancy shit. Yeah. Heated up when coming into contact with the air, also caused the girlfriend to complain of her skin having a burning sensation.
I bet.
She also had bruises from an earlier confrontation in which Archibald allegedly kicked her in the thigh and grabbed her hand. Archibald, who had locked the woman out of the home, denied striking his girlfriend. Investigators contend that she was under the influence of alcohol and sleeping pills. During his questioning, he kept referring to his girlfriend as a Sandpaper Sally.
That's cold.
It said the lube was an ongoing need, bro. I have never heard that one in my life.
Sandpaper Sally.
There it is. All-time record favorite.
Well, you would think Sandpaper Sally would welcome the lube.
Oh, my God. Oh, well, and there's your kinky
Sandpaper Sally.
Sandpaper Sally. That hurts just thinking.
I would be offended if you called me Sandpaper Sally.
How old was she?
I don't have a vagina.
How old was
72.
She was 72 and he's 77.
Good Lord.
Right?
Somebody got some Viagra.
I think at 72, there might be a lot of sandpaper out there.
Right, maybe so.
Might be right.
Heated sandpaper when it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wonder what he called it when he actually got the lube where we're supposed to go.
Slick Sally.
I really would like to hear that 911 call.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, God.
Pinellas cops should have that 911 call. Who's our dummy today? We're going to stay in Florida.
There you go.
And we got a female dummy.
All right.
I've heard it said often lately that young people in America don't seem to have the same respect for the elderly that our generation had. There's a trailer park in Florida where this lack of respect played out over the weekend. On Sunday, 28-year-old Callie Robertson was arrested after a confrontation she allegedly had with a 76-year-old man in their mobile home community. According to the complaint, Robertson got upset with Daniel Powell, whom she said would always speak to her when she was walking her dog. She didn't like this. Yeah, she didn't like this.
He might have been trying to get them digits.
That's what I think he was doing.
You know, he was trying to work a rap like that guy in the airport last week, and it didn't.
Tell her he's going to bomb.
It didn't go much better. So she was very much triggered by him trying to speak to her when she was walking her dog. And so, unlike what most of us might do when we're upset, Robertson allegedly decided to take the bag of dog shit she was carrying and smear it all in the face of our senior citizen, Mr. Powell.
Yeah, dog shit.
Dog shit.
Somebody be getting killed.
Robertson has pleaded not guilty to the third-degree battery charge. Mr. Powell has had a nice bath, and the lovely Callie Robertson is taking banjo lessons at the local jail.
That's disgusting.
Yes, disgusting.
She's dumb and disgusting.
Woody says she would have sprung a leak.
Sprung a leak. She sprung several leaks. First of all, you're not getting close enough to put dog shit in my face.
Dang, man. That was crucial.
I think Mr. Powell wanted her close, which is why he was.
I'm sure there's a fetish for that somewhere.
Mr. Powell.
I'm sure there's a fetish for it.
Yeah. Might have been his. I don't know.
Might have been. Could have been.
A little bit of everything in this episode.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Pretty good episode.
Heat and lube.
Butt implants.
What was it?
Implants. Morgan Wallen.
Sandpaper Sally.
Sandpaper Sally.
Yeah.
Wow, the fuck.
That's good, actually. That's a good one.
All right, well.
I wonder if they're back together. You think they're back together?
I'm sure. Always. It's the circle of violence.
Yeah.
Well, but also, Sandpaper Sally's going to have a tough time getting a new man after that. I mean, she's been defamed in the papers.
This is true.
By him, so
this is true.
They should figure it out.
She'd probably call him.
She might ought to go to the doctor. There's probably something they can do about it. I don't know what the treatments are, but there's probably something they can do about that.
I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out. But y'all can thank you for liking and listening and sharing.
That's it.
And all the good podcaster stuff.
Yeah.
And we appreciate our sponsors and love and appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, and remember, you people with eclipse hangovers, go give Tracy a shout.
Give Tracy a shout. That's right.
Give us a shout afterwards.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
Your host of Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace.
Glad.